Hi. So we were having a discussion. I decided to cut the camera on so you guys can hear it. So just to give you kind of a prelude of how the conversation started, I'm going to pass it over to Brandon. And here we go.
I was talking to this guy today from online off of one of the dating websites. Inside joke. And basically on his profile, he really tried to stress the fact that he was not into feminine guys. You know, he was very much, no femmes, no femmes, no femmes. And so I ended up doing a little bit of Google searching, and I found an old Vine account of his. And so I watched a couple of the Vines, and the Vines basically gave me all of my tea, which basically was, he was basically pretty feminine in all of the Vines. So basically,
like really feminine. Like
my sister,
he was lip syncing to songs like a drag queen. He was talking about fashion.
Yeah,
in a very cunty, gay, reedy way.
Yeah.
Just a feminine gay man.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, maybe he, is just, feminine, and he just doesn't like other femme guys. I was like, okay, so let me just ask him. So I texted him. I said, well, yo, are you masculine or are you feminine? Now, I never really asked guys that ever, but I only asked this guy this just because I wanted to see how he would, what his answer would be. So, I texted him. I'm like, yo, are you femme? Are you mas? What are you? Because I see that you don't like feminine guys on your page, so I just want to know what type of guy you are. So then he says, oh, I'm not. His response was, oh, I'm not feminine at all. I don't even associate with femme dudes. Did you even read my page? If you did, you would have knew. So I'm like, okay. So when he responded like that with all that, all that extra jazzy stuff, I sent him a screenshot I basically sent him the Vines that I already saw, which basically, the Vines that gave me all my tea. He's like, oh, how'd you find that? How'd you find that? How did you find that Vine? I don't even look like that no more. And then I responded back. I say, well, you don't look like that no more, but you're still the same person on the inside, which is basically feminine. And you sitting here telling me that you're not femme and, you're trying to come off in front like you're just super hyper masculine guy when really you're just regular gay boy. You're just feminine, You're basically putting on a front to get somebody's attention. I said, you can't even keep up you're not going to be able to keep up this front forever. I said, so what is the point, And
it brought up, for me, every time I see something of that nature where, and I always see it in the gay community, you go on somebody's profile and it says, no fats, no femmes. When I'm hanging out with gay dudes and they're meeting somebody they first met for the first time, they always put on this way more masculine persona than who they actually are. Their persona is normally feminine or extra gay or all of that. And when they meet a dude, it's like, yeah, bro. Yeah, my nigga. Where they talking just like me when we are, when we're interacting. And so I always equate it to some form of, and there's also like a hate. There's like a, bro, stop it.
Oh my God. Fatty McFat.
It's almost like a anti-feminine thing that happens in the gay community. And I was telling him that I think it's kind of some kind of form of the mainstream repeating itself into the subculture. Meaning there's a form of anti-sexism and anti-feminism, not anti-sexism, there's a form of sexism and anti-feminism in the main culture, and I feel like it kind of showing itself in the subculture, because I don't see why it would be. Why is because most gay men when they're naturally gay, I know it's controversial, but when they're naturally gay, usually they have a natural femininity about them that is just an indication of that they're gay. And so why would you want to undo that when you just came from a world of being shunned? Like the whole point of having gay pride and being open and being openly gay is about you accepting who you are. So why come out the closet to try to conform? It doesn't really make sense to me, but I see that a lot in the gay community, and I never really understood it. So,
well, it's not really. They're not. It's all just to get a hookup. That's what it is. It's just the initial. I'm trying to put on this illusion so I can get this dude that 9 times out of 10 probably is attracted to a masculine man. So I'm going to give you this illusion so that long enough to where I can get, so I can get this hookup that I'm trying to get, and that's going to be that. That's normally how long it usually lasts, because usually after the session is over, they drop the illusion anyway.
Oh.
So it's a very, very temporary thing.
Because so that means that they feel like this image is coveted and they can use it to get hooked up.
Right.
Because that's what it's about.
Yeah, but if it's any type of relationship with any type of any type of longevity or anything that goes beyond even maybe a couple of days or so, usually that shit.
But but that doesn't make sense, because don't the masculine gay men like other masculine gay men?
Some do, some like femme guys, but most masculine gay men that I meet, they say they like other masculine guys, which is why
they put on the
facade. But my whole thing was I wasn't even really tripping off of the facade and all of that. I just wanted to see if he was going to lie to me when I asked him.
Right.
And then he lied, and then I was like, well, I busted him out basically, and then I planned on saying ha 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 whatever. I don't really give a fuck about that anyway. But he was so upset and so offended by it,
like a tranny that get clocked.
Yeah, he got so mad that I clocked his T that he blocked me. You blocked me for what?
It's just confusing to me. I just see it, and we were comparing it to.
It's not confusing to me at all. I know why it takes place. I know why they do it and all that. It's not confusing to me at all. It's all just to bring their stock value up in the circle. Yeah, in the circle,
because we were discussing it, and we were saying it kind of reminds you of if a suburban chick goes to the hood and she's trying to be friends with the people in the hood, she'll get a little bit more ratchet than she normally is. Or if a ratchet person goes to a more suburban area, she'll be a little bit more proper, speak a little bit more proper English, be more refined to fit in with these particular people. My Aunt Georgia does it all the time.
My whole thing is, if you're sickening, you're sickening. Mm-hmm. So it shouldn't matter, because 9 times out of 10, you're still going to want to have me anyway.
Right. You have a cock. I like cock. I have a cock. You like cock. So feminine and masculine, we both sickening to each other. It shouldn't really matter.
Mm-hmm. And I even told him that. I said, "Are you masculine or are you feminine?" I said, "I don't really care for real. I don't mind, a little femininity in the guy. It don't really matter. I'm just trying to ask, I'm just trying to get to know you a little bit better." And then that's when he started giving me all this, "Oh, you didn't read my page? My page says it right there. I don't even associate with femmes. Blah, 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 blah." But you're making drag queen lip sync videos online. Talking about fashion and things. Hashtag fashion. Hashtag high fashion. Hashtag pretty boy.
But how much hate is... I get it that you're trying to get your hookup, but Why be angry about it? Once you see a motherfucker said that he don't care, why even put the facade on anymore? Why, and then like, I don't even associate with femmes. But if you femme, why ain't you hating on yourself? And aren't you perpetuating the hate towards feminine guys if you're putting on this facade? To this level. It's different if you're putting it on and you trying to hook up, and then once you figure out that you can hook up, even if you're feminine or not. But when you put it on to this level where you blocking people and you get mad and you get angry, doesn't that kind of undermine the point of you trying to be who you are, how you want it to be, how you want to be?
Well, I don't know. I don't operate like that. I don't think like that. So
you wouldn't be able to explain it. Right.
Most guys that have hang-ups like that, they're really deep inside. They're just like really feminine gay bottoms. And they just have like this fantasy of a man in their mind, their ideal man. And they feel like in order to get that type of man, you need to be what you want to get.
Right. You need to be down low to get a real straight down low man.
Yeah.
Baby, if your man has got to Jack or A for A, he's not down low no more. Right. To me, that's kind of in my mind. If you've gotten to BGC, A for A, Jack, if you've gotten to the level where you have found these places and you have created profiles, baby, you are not down low no more to me. You're in the community. You ain't in the closet, baby. People may not know, honey, but you right there at the door, hey. With your toe out or foot or something, but you is not, and you ain't worried about it. If you got pictures, especially if you got pictures up and all that, baby, you ain't in the closet no more. You know exactly what you want, and it's dick in your butt or your dick in somebody else's butt.
Dick in your butt. You want to know what I always want to do? I always wondered if lesbians, like in the lesbian world, if femininity is coveted, is like a coveted attribute like masculinity is in the gay community. Like, do the lesbians, like, say, like, I have a girl and she's like, naturally she's a stud, but she might be attracted to some girl over here who's attracted to femmes. And so
she'll
like,
put a more feminine.
Yeah, like do the more masculine girls try to come off as more feminine to become more appealing, like the femme boys that be trying to act more masculine to get, the other masculine dudes that they trying to get. You get what I'm saying? Like, this
I see, but I don't know. I don't know if it's as acute. Now, I'm not lesbian, of course not. But from what I see and observe and talking to lesbians, because of the social setup about lesbianism being so fluid and kind of accepted, those restrictions and those rules of masculine and feminine doesn't always seem to be as defined. Because they can really be what they want to be, even out. It's really a girl saying she's gay or bisexual is not even news to some folks no more. Sometimes, but not like it is with a man. You see what I'm saying? Like if you got the basketball players on the WNBA or some girl who play some kind of sport, her saying that she's a lesbian is nothing. But we got, our first gay football player making all the news. Our first gay.
Nobody's first gay football player.
Right. Nobody's first ever. But first open this, and it's just big news and all that kind of stuff. But when a girl, it's kind of like nothing. And I think because of that setup, that social setup, that the feminine and masculine isn't as acute. Now, I heard some incidents, especially like with trans men, where they're like, it's hard to, they almost have a problem with them being in feminine spaces when you're trying to be a man. So I've heard that kind of issue with trans men. It's just weird. Like, if you're a lesbian out there, can you explain that too? How the masculine and feminine plays in you guys' community as well? You know, I just want to know what y'all think because this is an interesting topic that I talked about to other people, and I want to see what y'all think. This is your girl Diamond. Bye bye.
Bye bye.